Hello, you gorgeous world changers. How are you all? While you type, I'll chat. So for me, it's a big Scorpio season, and Scorpio is all about power, which is interesting that we have this group. And Scorpio is about it's not interested in superficial anything. It's interested in going deep and getting into the muck and the mire, especially where there's disempowerment patterns or imbalances of power. And what it likes to do is, like Pluto rules Scorpio, it likes to uncover the gems that are underneath. So, very big times. We started this season or just into this Scorpio season with a new moon and a partial solar eclipse, which was very big. Venus, the planet of relationships, was conjunct the sun and the moon at that time. So, where power differentials exist in relationships, there's big opportunities for that kind of churning and stirring up. And so, yeah, how is your Scorpio season going? And I feel like that's probably a bit of our path for this evening's meditation. Let's close down our eyes. Take your awareness to your breath. Nice long slow out breaths, and if you're tired, then let the tiredness drop down through you with your out breath, and let it melt into the ground where Mother Earth will kindly transmute it. If you've had frustrating times, tricky times, burdensome times, challenging times, really just using the breath, powerful and ancient tool that works. Nice. With the out breath, let some self appreciation go inside. Appreciate that you're not asleep. Appreciate that as much as this can be a struggle, um, it's better than being asleep. So appreciating your courage and your strength and your wakefulness, your particular flavor of rebellion that causes you to be an activist in any way, whether it's working as we do in this group on the inner planes, whether it's showing up at marches, whether it's engaging in the creation of new programs that the world has never seen before, all kinds of ways to be activist. But for the moment, just enjoy that bit of rebelliousness in you that says, I have to be active somehow in change and transformation. Be grateful for that rebellion and for the bright light filled spirit that wants to call you into using that rebellion in loving, empowered, vital, and uplifting ways. Good. Now start to add to that appreciation love. The oneness in everything is inside each of us. We're part of everything. And that oneness sits in you in sacred places like the center of your mind. That's where we would locate it physically, but also in every cell. And then in all the spaces between the cells. So sending the love inside you, all through you, and all around you, knowing that it requires no effort on your behalf, for your love to reach every bit of the oneness. Lovely. On the in-breath, let the love come back. Beautiful. Keep breathing that way. Allowing the building around you to begin to dissipate, shimmer and dissipate into light. And revealed before our eyes is our wilderness classroom. The great and ancient trees. The clearing in the centre and the eternal fire, the ancestors who wait here, ancestors who are human, plant, feathered, scaled, ancestors that are mountain, sky, breeze, brook, ancestors who are the voice of the brook. Really taking a moment to connect with this space. Find your place at the fire as we acknowledge the original custodians of the country we're on. We pay our respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. And to language and culture. We pay our respects to ancestors of our own bloodlines from the ancient times. We pay our respects to ancestor trees and mountains, animals, minerals. We call on the oneness, the infinite absolute oneness, on Cosmic Mother and Cosmic Father by all of the names that resonate with us. We call on Mother Earth and the mothers of the kingdoms of nature and all the elements and directions. We call on the sun and the moon, planets and constellations. And we call on our souls, the divine spark all through us. Our teams who love us unconditionally from the spiritual hierarchy. And we call on the blessings of Scorpio and Sun in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio and South Node as well. And we ask for the blessings of Scorpio, the scorpionic energy at the vibration of eagle and phoenix. And wherever the sun is for you right now, take a breath in and send love through the sun and beyond to the constellation of Scorpio. And then breathing in the response from Scorpio through the sun and Venus and South Node and in through the top of your head and down through your body. I'm going to chat a little moment about these different vibrations of Scorpio. And whether you have your sun in Scorpio, whether you have 1, 3, 5, or no planets in Scorpio in your natal chart, the sun is in Scorpio right now and we all live under the sun. And so there's the influences of each of the constellations, even if we don't have direct planetary connections with them. So Scorpio, as I said earlier, likes to dig deep, is interested in power and what is hidden, the occult or mysterious, the mysteries. Scorpio is interested in the deep and sacred. Scorpio would dive for this, DIVE, down into the underworld to uncover what can be found there. Scorpio is expressed in three kind of different general vibrations. The first is as the scorpion, as we most likely know it, instinctual stinger. And you may or may know that, not know that story of the scorpion and the frog, or the scorpion and the fisherman, let's go with that one, who need to cross a river. And the scorpion says, please, please, I need your help to cross the river. And the fisherman says, well, I can't, you're going to sting me. And the scorpion says, I promise, I promise, I promise I won't. And the fisherman says, okay, very kind-hearted fisherman. And they get in the boat and across the river they go. I know I'm paraphrasing this story, and I apologise to those of you who know it well. Halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the fisherman and the boat capsizes, and as both are drowning, the fisherman says, why did you do that? And the scorpion says, well, I'm a scorpion. That's all I can do is sting. That's what I do. I scorpion. And they both drown. Everyone died. So that's one level. So it's that instinct to go deep, the instinct to sting in response to a slight. Scorpionic energy is very loyal too. And so if it perceives a betrayal to loyalty, that's when the stinger will quickly and instinctively come out. Somewhere vibrationally up the scale of consciousness is the expression of Scorpio as eagle. And eagle is the Scorpio energy that is aware of the self, is aware of the instinct to sting or attack when challenged or threatened, and is able to choose to not use that energy a lot of the time. And sometimes it might not be able to stop using the instinct to sting, but most of the time I think eagle is on an evolutionary path out of that, the path of self-knowledge, of gathering light. And so then there's somewhere further up the scale of consciousness is the Phoenix expression of Scorpio. And that's where the Scorpio energy is willing to self-annihilate, I guess, those traits, those instincts, in a fire to become ash and to rise up a phoenix out of those old instincts to become the full blazing expression of completeness. So these are the three ways we can work with the energy. And I think sometimes we dance between the three. And hopefully in ever-growing ways, more of the upper two is what we're working toward. So just thinking of those three levels, and that we'd really like to work at eagle and phoenix level tonight, but also not shunning ourselves or shaming ourselves for times in the past where we've instinctively Scorpioed. Okay, now that that's all out to be worked with and utilised, connect with the violet flame. And thinking of areas in your life where power is imbalanced. It could be in your relationships with others or some of your relationships. It might be at your workplace. It might be in family. And seeing if you can be curious about that. And just let the violet flame pour down through you, knowing that that's what you're going to work with tonight. The places where you feel not empowered, but experience either power over or disempowerment. We're going to work in the areas where digging deep to uncover the gems would be helpful. Beautiful. Violet flame pouring all through you. And repeat after me. I release all negative thoughts. vibrations and energy from my body, mind, and energy field now. So be it. Take a deep breath of that fire in from above and breathing out through everywhere. Good. Beautiful. Okay, what if we say I release all cords of attachment to all of the people, places, times, and things where I experience power imbalance. I release those cords thoroughly and completely now. Taking a deep breath in from above and releasing through, I want to say the belly most of all. And then there feels like a release can happen through the hips. Take another breath of fire in from above and doing exactly that, releasing the breath and the energy through the hips. And say, I'm ready to work with Scorpio. And humbly ask the Sun and Scorpio to pour forth the energy of transformation into all aspects of my life where power imbalance exists. And I ask this in full faith. So be it. Take a lovely breath in from all of the nature around you. And from your heart, send that prayer upwards through the Sun and Scorpio and into the everything. That's it. And drawing the response from Scorpio and the Sun and violet flame in from above. Releasing through the throat and the jaw and the navel all at the same time. Good. This time breathing in from above. Lots of fire, lots of Scorpio and the Sun. In from above. This time out through the throat, both the hips and across the abdomen. Good. Good. So take another breath from the nature all around us, breathing in from your heart. Send that prayer again up through you, through the Sun to Scorpio and beyond into the oneness. And then breathing in the response mixed with amazing violet fire. In from above. Breathing out through the whole of the head area. Good. Good. This time, breathing that energy again in from above, the prayer being answered. There's a flat triangle lying horizontal. The temples and the forehead are the base, the base, and the point or the top of the triangle is at the back of the head. Take a breath in from above and breathe out through that plane in your head, the triangular plane of forehead, temples, and back of head. Good. Good, good, good. Imagine there's the same type of triangle laying down in the basin of your torso. The bottom of it is across the front of your abdomen and the hips. The upper point of the triangle is laying down and comes out at the base chakra at the tail of your spine. Breathing the gift from Scorpio and Sun and the oneness and the soul realm, the fire, in from above and out through that horizontal plane in the basin of your torso. Full intention that we're dissolving away patterns of imbalance of power. Please repeat that. Scorpionic energy and the fire in from above. Out through that plane laying down in the bottom of the torso. Good. This time that triangle sits up and the point is at the navel and the base is still abdomen and hips. Breathe in again from the oneness, the Scorpio, the sun, the fire, in from above, out through that upright triangle that is navel, hips, and abdomen. Very good. Very good. Okay, so I'm becoming aware of a whole lot of stuck anger about these patterns, congested under the right hand ribs and through the liver. So what if we say, I choose to release all the congested anger, around the emotional seed of my soul. I release that anger easily and gracefully now. And take a deep breath in from above, from all the energies we've been talking about. Out through the right ribs and the liver, which is just under the bottom right ribs there, at the bottom of the right ribs, breathing out to the right side, really letting go. Okay. Could we say, I now choose to release all personal and transpersonal anger, arising from power imbalance, and the manipulation involved in that. Beautiful. Breathing in from above the fire and the help from the sun and scorp, out through the liver at the right. There's a few chakras in your liver, really intending that they release as well. Good. And now I become aware of suppression of emotion through a lot of the body. It's almost like the cells all of a sudden expressed as being so full of suppressed energy. So say I choose to release all suppressed emotion in this safe space where I am loved and held. I release the congestion of this from my entire being now. And I'm going to ask you to do that. Use a few breaths to do that. I'm going to do some omming just to help it move. Breathing the Om and the fire and that transformational energy right through the whole of you, releasing through everywhere. And with the intention that we are transforming these patterns and becoming empowered in order to serve, in order to serve, in order to serve. And so to do this, lift your awareness to the center of the brain. If you're looking for reference points, imagine that a line penetrates your head just above your right ear, a line of energy, and goes right through and across and out just above the left ear. And then imagine another line of energy goes in through the third eye and out through the back of the head. And imagine you can take your awareness to where those two lines intersect. That's it. Really bring your awareness to that space. Things may change color as we work, but I'm going to say a prayer now, and you can so be it at the end if you agree. But keep your awareness at this place, which transcends all time and space, is an intersection of all of your lifetimes and everything else as well. So in oneness with this entire group, I humbly ask that all patterns of disempowerment and power over, of unhealthy power differentials and patterns and instincts of these, that all consciousness, programming, thoughts and thought forms are dissolved away, and a great opening is created through which genuine heart-centered empowerment can arise. I ask for a boon from Sun in Scorpio and from all of the gods of transformation. And I ask this on behalf of all of us here. Through divine grace, so be it. Add your so be it if you agree. And then curl the back of your tongue onto the top of your palate. You'll find a kind of a comfortable spot, not far behind your top teeth. Keep your awareness at the spot where the two lines intersect and open to change, to deep transformation. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukantim Pushtivardhanam Uvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukantim Pushtivardhanam Uvaru kamiva bandhanam rityor mokshiyam amritat. Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sukantim bushtivardhanam Uvaru kamiva bandhanam rityor mokshiyam amritat. Om Namah Shivaya. And as though ribbons tied in bows at your hips that have kept you, and I mean this personally and transpersonally, have kept us tied to structures of consciousness that keep the status quo. Let those bows and ribbons come undone now. Breathe into that space in the center of the brain. And on the out breath, let the energy cascade right down through you and let it flow out of the basin of your torso and your hips, letting it all come undone. That's it. If there's any fear that you feel right now, just keep breathing the violet flame in from above and out downwards. You're safe because you've already spent a lot of time creating and building structures that arise from love, from genuine empowerment rather than power over or under. That's it. You've already been building those structures. So letting the old fall away now, courageously letting the old fall away. And for some of you, you may have an experience of growing light pouring down from above. The way I see this symbolically is us as collective eagle, scorpionic eagle flying up into the light in full acknowledgement of our growing edges and where we would like the healing and the transformation. Let the eagle energy lift you into the light of the structures of consciousness of equality and equanimity and fairness and justice and love and peace and balance and empowerment. Let yourself be lifted eagle-like up into the light where those structures already exist for you. And move up until you feel these structures come level with your hips. That's it. Your pelvic floor. That's it. And the spine. That's it. The structures of consciousness of equanimity and equanimity, equality, fairness. Structures of consciousness built out of a fabric of unconditional love and a vision for peace. Good. As the old pours out of you and the light takes its place, be aware of this work multiplying through our common prayer and permeating the astral field of humanity, the mass consciousness. Let the Scorpio sun energy dissolve away what we can tonight. Imbalances of power, loss of loyalty, energies of betrayal. Let that fall away and let the light take its place, personally and transpersonally. Good, good, good. Good. Bring your attention again, or your awareness again, to that point where the two lines intersect in the middle of the brain area, tongue on the palate, and really entering into the light. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Apojoti Rasomritam Brahma Bhurbhuvasvarom. And right there in that space where those two lines intersect, let the vision, your vision of peace, of world peace, of world collaboration, where diversity is celebrated in unity. Let your vision of fairness, love and honor, let that unfold right where those two lines intersect, that vision. And literally seeing, sounds a bit cliche, but literally seeing all of humanity holding hands around the world. And that regardless of religion, age, race, gender, sexuality, economy, education, any of the usual differentials used, regardless of that, all hands are held. And our hands are connected to our heart centers. So let your vision expand and include this vision where all hands are held around the globe, all hearts are connected. And difference is valued, not feared or scorned or disempowered. Difference is celebrated, honored, and respected. Beautiful. Take a moment with that. Good. I can feel the energy of this really growing in this group tonight. It's powerful, and it's like a huge cauldron of energy. And I feel to invite this cauldron of energy to tip and pour into whatever part of the disenfranchisement or inequality or that sings to you right now. So, for instance, Hanamani wants to visit her family, and at this point, she can't yet. So, I would invite Hanamani to let the cauldron pour into that. For those of you who have been unable to work or have been fired, let the cauldron maybe pour into that, the healing and the rectification of that situation. You all get the drift. Let the cauldron of the combined energy of vision, of peace and oneness, and freedom and equality. Let the cauldron pour into wherever it is that you would like that energy to go. Beautiful. Lovely. And when the cauldron has finished tipping its contents into whatever part of the issues going on, as the cauldron completes that and rights itself, you become aware of the ancestors around the fire. Some of them so ancient as to have seen more than one procession of equinoxes, more than one 26,000 year loop around the sky. Ancestors here of great, great ancient times. Sending your love to them and then feeling the response and being receptive. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. Let that song and that prayer saturate into us. And may we be that living examples of how to lead in love, from love, and with love. So be it, so be it, so be it. Let your gratitude rise up through you and flood to the company we keep around this fire and in our lives, the company we keep on the inner planes, and the bright company we keep in the field. Feel their support and their love and their unwavering faith in each of us. Around the circle, picking up and multiplying the gratitude of each other. the circle and growing. And to the two that arise from the one and the many that arise from the one. To the great teachers, masters, rishis, and sages, thank you. To the gods and goddesses themselves, thank you. To nature as divine, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To the ancestors of country that we're on and the lineages from which we come, thank you for the blessings. And to our souls, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We ask that all of the prayers be lifted, that all of the work saturate and permeate and be made physically manifest. And we ask it in full faith, so be it. And just engaging with that breath of love that we began with. And breathing the love with the whole of the forest or the earth beneath you. Everything breathing that same love. And as you do, the forest begins to shimmer and dissipate in light and transform back into the coalescing walls around you and the floor beneath you. Bringing your awareness all the way back into your body and wriggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes.